Howdy folks. Howdy folks, how you going? This is going to be just a short video on a brew I've just put down. Just got in the fermenter. Very unexpected, unplanned brew. It's a Black IPA. I'm calling it the impromptu Black IPA, and I'll explain why. A couple of days back I put together the BFO Stout, which you've quite possibly seen the brew day video on. The next day, which was yesterday, I was pulling the grain bag out of the nano kettle, because on brew day I didn't pull the bag out. It had over 8 kilos of grain in it. That's pushes my level of comfortably getting it out of the pot. So I just let it drain and ran wort off into the robo brew, and continued on with the brew. And it got left. I thought, okay, well, I'll leave it to finish. And so yesterday I've gone to clean the kettle. I've pulled the bag out, got rid of the grain. I've pulled the false bottom out, and there's this almost full bottom of the kettle of wort, which is obviously drained from the grain over the sort of 24 hours since the brew had been done. And it turns out there's about six, maybe even 6.5 litres there. So it was almost completely filled up underneath under the false bottom. The grain bed was very dry, so it had drained very well. But clearly it held on to a lot more liquid than I'd ever expected, and there it was. I pulled it off into a pail. I took a gravity reading, quickly grabbed a refract and got a refract on. It was saying it was 1067, and I thought, oh, crikey, I can't waste that. So I quickly ran around and thinking, what am I going to do with it? But what am I going to do with this black wort? 3 things ran across my mind: a black lager, the black IPA, or simply just adding a little bit of water to it, boiling it up, and just turning it into a fairly standard pub stout. I thought, oh, I've got enough stout. No, let's play with it. Let's do something different. And what also entered my mind was that I've not long been given a big bag of Talus hops from Kevin, the hopping mechanism, and I've been looking for something to use those hops in. So I thought, no, that's it. Black IPA, I'm going to hop it with a heap of Talus. All good. So what I've done, I've taken the 6.5 litres of the wort that was there. I've added that to the robo brew. I've put another about 6 litres of water in that. I've added a tin of Morgan's pale malt, unhopped extract. I've added that to it. Boiled up to a boil. I boiled it to a boil, and then I dropped in 20 grams of Talus. Boiled it for 10 minutes, dropped in another 20 grams of Talus, and turned the heat off, and just left it. That was last night, and I just left it to cool. That was around 6ish last night. I've come out this morning. It had cooled down to about 30 degrees. I dropped another 20 grams of Talus in it before I went to work. I've come home and I've just transferred it into the fermenter. Ended up with 11 litres. I was hoping to get 12, but I got 11. And that's served. hydro, and it's telling me I've got about 1066 starting gravity. So that's going to get me a 6.5% Black IPA. I think that's quite good. So as I said, at the moment I've got 60 grams of Talus. I sat crazily last night going through the numbers and trying to work this into a recipe, taking stuff out of the original batch because there was no brown sugar and no dextrose had been added into the wort. No lactose had been added because it got added to the boil. So it was just the base grains and nothing else. So figured out where we're going. I was looking at 1062. I got calculated. So I'm at 1066. I'm going to add 20 grams of Talus each day for the next 3 days. So I'm about to pitch yeast. I've just transferred, given the water a really good shake up and got it aerated. Plenty of foam going on. Just letting the foam settle at the moment. I'm going to pitch a pack of USA 5 onto that. It's 11 litres. That's going to be enough yeast to get the job done. And I'm just going to ferment that here on the garage floor because ferment fridges are full. And that's the main reason I didn't go down the lager avenue. Had I had a spare fridge, I would have gone. But I don't at the moment. I've got the stout in there fermenting away, and I've got the split batch of fucking brains fucking eluding me. Fuck, I don't know. What's the other fucking beer? Shit. Bloody hell. Can't even think. Let me move this. This is a nice delivery from Plonk. Plonk's a bottle shop in Canberra if you don't know what Plonk is. I mean, other than Plonk being, from Grog. Plonk is probably the best bottle, well, it is the best bottle shop in the ACT. And I've got an order there. There's a 4-pack of Hobgoblin in that box. I've been looking for Hobgoblin for the last 4 years, 5 years, and I just randomly popped on the Plonk website the other day while I was having lunch, and bang, they had a Hobgoblin, so I grabbed the 4-pack. So that makes me a happy man. The Chai PA. Chai PA's gone on the cold crash just yesterday, so it's cold crashing. So I couldn't get into the fridge, couldn't get a ferment fridge, so it's just going to go on the floor. But for the next 3 days, so tomorrow I will put another 20 grams of Talus in. So day 1, day 2, day 3. Day 4 I'm going to drop 20 grams of Citra, and day 5 I'm going to drop 20 grams of Galaxy. And then let it finish, cold crash, and bottle him up. Estimations are telling me about 60 IBUs, so IBUs are nice. The only thing that concerns me is that maybe the grain was a little bit roasty for a black IPA, but let's see what it tastes like. Oh, yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's going to be too bad. Anyway, I don't know. I've not done a black IPA before. I've sort of been wanting to, just never really got around to it because it's not a style not something I'm really going to drink a lot of, I don't think. So there hasn't been a rush of any kind to brew one. But here we are, another, not a mistake, it's just an anomaly. Let's call it an anomaly. in the previous brew has allowed me to do it. So anyway, that's it. So keep going on. Impromptu black IPA, completely unexpected. It should be ready in about a month for some tasting. So looking forward to that. Really interested to see how the Talus plays in this sort of beer. I think it's gonna go nice, and I think the Citra and the Galaxy will work nicely. But yeah, time will tell. So stick around. So thank you to the Patreons. Shout out to those who are subscribed to the channel. If you aren't subscribed, hit the subscribe button down the bottom there. And if you like what's going on, give me a thumbs up. You got any comments, any questions, stick them down the bottom as always. But for now, I'm out of here. So I'll see you on the next video when we brewing beer, drinking beer, or talking beer. Hey, good brewing.